Hi guys, welcome to the next therapy in the series of new therapies. I'm Victoria Sprigg, thanks for joining, and here's hubby Jez.
Hi folks.
So today we're going to be showing you a hoppy ear candling. Please join us and watch to the end to see how the benefits have affected Jez. He'll report back.
Okay, welcome back. I'm Victoria, here's hubby Jez, and we're going to be showing you a full hoppy ear candling treatment. This is something you'd want to get done at a therapy centre, so go to a professional who is fully qualified and insured. This is the sort of candle that they would use. I use Biosun candles. I particularly like them. I've used them for 25 years, and they are made of cotton and linen and impregnated with beeswax, but also essential oils like chamomile. So they smell lovely while they're burning. Also, I just want to say on this day that this is being published, it is May Day today. And on the 1st of May, it's a beautiful spring day, but also it's celebrating Global Love Day today and Joining Hands Day. So how wonderful to be able to celebrate these beautiful, peaceful days with this lovely video giving a peaceful hoppy ear candling. So I'm now going to light the end of the candle. Okay, so you can see that's quite a large flame coming from that candle now, and this is just how it would burn if it was just held in the air. Whereas once I touch it to the outside of the ear, I'm not going to be putting it in the ear, it's just touching to the outside of the ear, you'll notice the flame will change. So first of all, I'm just calling for the smoke to come down to the base of the candle. You can see it starting to come out, so that's good because it's circulating the oxygen. And now I'm just going to insert and just blow away excess smoke into the outside of the ear, and I'm just making sure it is sealed. Now the one thing that Jez needs to do right now is just move his face more downwards. That's it, lovely. If you need to, you can bring a hand here to push the pillow down. That's it. And I'm going to just make sure it's sealed, that's it. And you'll notice, look, the flame has changed already because it hasn't got the completely free oxygen powering to the bottom of it. So it's quite a low flame right now. This is telling me that definitely there does need to be a hoppy ear candling treatment because there's obviously some congestion. Now that could be in the sinuses in the head or in the face, so it could be the forehead or in the cheeks, or it could be glandular. They're all around the glands around underneath and at the back of the ear. I'm going to be giving a encouraging gentle massage to this area while Jez is lying here. So I generally have contact with the body here first of all. So this is the sort of thing you would experience if you came to me for a hoppy ear candling treatment, and it would be probably very similar if you went to another practitioner. There are practitioners that use all kinds of candles. As I said earlier, I do prefer the Biosun ones. One main reason for that is there is a filter, a plastic filter that is located in the bottom element, just below this red line. About halfway down there is a plastic filter, and the reason for that is it completely stops anything from travelling down inside the candle, the chimney, and it would not touch the ear because the filter would stop it. And the sort of things that would travel down there would be things like deposits of ash falling, or even deposits of the cotton and linen and the beeswax from the candle itself. So there will be residue of wax, and of course we're not talking earwax. It would be the wax from the candle. And after a hoppy ear candling treatment, I normally open up the candle to see what residue is left, and it's really interesting because it is not residue from the ear, so there would not be any ear hairs or skin tissue or earwax at all. It would actually determine the health of the ear by having a look at how much powder and wax is left in the bottom filter of the candle. So therefore, the healthier the ear, the less wax and powder there will be. And sometimes when I see things like dark red wax or even towards quite purpley red wax, then I know that that person probably needs a few more hoppy ear candles over time in order to clear any blockages. So you can see what I'm doing here with the head is I'm touching in a caterpillar track motion, just like I was doing with the Swiss reflexology a couple of weeks ago, all across the forehead here. This is a really beautiful treatment to have done. And of course, Jez probably can't hear a word I'm saying right now because one ear is against the pillow and the other ear has a candle in it. And not only is there a candle, but also a flame on top, which would mean he can hear quite loudly all the action of the candle. And when I give hoppy ear candling treatment to myself, it's really nice to listen to that, because then I know the health and the state of my sinuses, respiratory system and glands. Because the more noise, the more the candle is having to power against any blockages and congestion. Now, I don't know if my mic is picking up any of that noise, but I'm starting to hear little crunching, crackling noises. And sometimes it sounds like little fireworks. At the moment, they're very dainty little crackles. So now I'm coming round under the eye, along the sinal passages. They're very delicate mucous membranes here. And I'm just coming along these passages in the correct direction, the correct amount of pressure. And I'm just helping to clear out in a directional way those sinuses. And I know tonight Jez is going to sleep really well. I always sleep really well after a hoppy ear candling treatment because it helps any congestion in the head. So the sort of thing you might want to go to a therapist to have one of these treatments for is things like migraines and headaches. It's also like a foggy head, you know, when you just can't think clearly and you've got decisions to make. If you find yourself quite forgetful, all of these things really are helped by a hoppy ear candling treatment. It gives you a clearer, more focused head. Not just physically, but mentally, emotionally, even spiritually. You know, there's been some research done on what happens to a person when they're having a hoppy ear candling treatment. And their chakras, so I've talked about chakras quite a lot in my series of videos, their chakras are seen to be much more encouraged and flowing, more vibrant colours while and after they've had a hoppy ear candling treatment. So how wonderful is that? That when you're going for one of these treatments, it's not just treating you physically, but it's also treating you mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. So you can see I've used this caterpillar action all around the forehead, the cheek and the jawline. And then whenever I've cleared it with the little steps, I always carry on over the same pathway with a little clearing in one long line. Really nice on the jaw here. And quite often when I hear noises in the candle, when I'm working on a particular part of the glands or the sinuses, respiratory, I will focus on that area a little bit more, and it normally produces even more sound. So at the moment this is very gentle, little dainty noises. So I will let this burn to about 1 centimetre above the red line, and then I will take it out and extinguish it under the tap so it's completely safe. You'll notice that the candle is bending over slightly as it burns. Now, because it's made of cotton and linen, it's not made of paper, and so this residue will not fall off and burn the person at all. It will stay intact, which is really nice to know as a therapist. That's another reason I use Biosun. And so I am just generally clearing this area, knowing that it's completely safe, and I'm going to take it out about now. So to take it out, I just give it a very gentle turn and raise and take it over to the sink. So in a moment I'm going to ask Jez to turn over, and I'll show you how I then carry on with the other ear, but I'll show you how I massage on the back of the head and round the ear and scalp. Okay.
Hi guys, so welcome back, and Jez has now turned over. I'm going to be showing you how I treat the other ear. So I'm going to light the other hoppy ear candle first of all. Here we go. Again. Nice big flame. I'm just calling for the smoke to come down to the surface or to the base, and then I know that the air is going all the way through. I'm going to introduce it to the outside of the ear. A little blow to get rid of the excess smoke. That's it, lovely. So I just give it a little rotation, a little turn to make sure it's in properly. So one thing I haven't talked about yet are contraindications. These are things why you wouldn't be suitable to have a hoppy ear candling treatment. I'm going to write a list on the base of this video, on the notes, but please do get your medical practitioner or talk to your therapist about your medical history to see if it is appropriate for you or not. Okay, so first of all, with this second ear, I'm going to start on the back of the head now. I'm going to start around the gland about here. So just at the base of back of the ear, there is a little channel there, and that's an acupressure point in that saddle point there. And I'm just going to give that a little warming, some energy, send it some love on Global Love Day. And also I'm always tuning into it to see how it feels. Does it feel blocked? Does it feel hot or cold? Do I feel like there's a lot of tension there? A lot of either muscle tension or glandular swelling and tension? And then I'm going to come up around this side of the ears. It's directly on the hairline here and to the top of the ear. And you see, as I pull that and press, the candle is coming with me slightly. So that's good, because it shows that the scalp is moving slightly. That means it's not too tense. And so I'm just coming up in lots of little, like plough lines, coming up round the head, gradually getting further towards the middle of the head. Now I'm holding the candle the whole time. I never let it go. I would never ask the client to hold the candle. This is a very, very relaxing treatment. Sometimes people do fall asleep during this treatment because not only is it a warm treatment, they're lying down, they feel safe and secure, but also the scent of the hoppy ear candle is chamomile, which encourages sleep. And also, quite often with hoppy ear candling, because it is clearing all those sinus membranes and respiratory system, and any tension, headaches for instance, it's the body letting go and just saying, do you know what, I've been waiting for this for such a long time. This is really beautiful treatment and I'm able just to let go. It gives you that feeling of freedom. It's just a beautiful treatment to have done. Sometimes people see colours during their treatment as well. So they might see, for instance, purple or green, which are really nice to see, healing therapy colours. They might see gold or yellow to do with their feel-good factor because they're having a nice treatment. They might see blue because it's clearing out their respiratory system. Or they might see red because it's making them feel grounded. How lovely. So this is a beautiful treatment to have done, and I'm just channeling and clearing all of that tension, if there is any left, after all these treatments Jez is having. I'm just channeling and making sure there's movement in the scalp, clearing out those glands and acupressure points. Yeah, so there's another acupressure point just to the side of the spine, so that the center would be about here and the side would be about here. Okay, so I'm doing one at a time and I'm just holding it for a short time for warmth, for me to assess it, but also to channel in some beautiful energy. It's like the treatment is telling the person on the couch, everything's okay, I've got your back, I'm looking after you, everything's all right. And then the third one, you can just see here in the center base of the head, this is the occipital point. I don't know if you can hear that, but there are some lovely, tiny little dainty crunching, clicking noises coming from the candle. And Jez is breathing nice and deeply now. It's really good. It shows that he's really tuning into the treatment. He's not shuffling around at all. His body has settled. Was a really good crunching noise. I don't know if you heard that. So when I hear these noises, it's really good. It shows that the candle has found something, a congestion, and it's doing its best to clear through, sending that oxygen through, down into the canal and clearing those mucous membranes. How wonderful. He's going to sleep really well after this. Okay, now I'm using my whole hand. I'm just going to change the position of my other hand in order to come round to the temporal. This feels really nice, having it done all around the scalp. I just want to talk about the position. I don't know if you can see it clearly, but Jez's pillow here is tucked right under his head and neck. I always think, and this goes for when you go to bed at night and when you're sleeping, make sure the pillow tucks right under your neck as well as your head, because I always see your neck as scaffolding and you wouldn't want your neck to be bowing or bowing like this. You need it to be supported in a nice straight line, so make sure your pillow goes right underneath your neck as well. And the same when you're having a hoppy ear candling treatment, I always make sure my clients are well supported. Okay, so that's coming down to just about the centimetre line. I'm just going to rotate it now. Hi, so welcome back. I've woken Jez up and I'm going to ask him, how do you feel now, now that you've had a Hopi ear candle?
Incredibly relaxed. I'm pretty certain I went to sleep again. I'm lucky enough to have had a number of these over the years, and every time I find it so relaxing, but also reassuring to hear the fizzing and the crackling in the chimney, because I know that that is clearing congestion.
Great. Yeah, I always love that part of it as well. And what are the benefits for you?
I find that I generally sleep really well for the next few days, certainly. I also suffer with hay fever in the summer season, and it definitely helps to clear that congestion, and my symptoms seem to be a lot less in the period if I have regular hoppies.
Great, lovely. Oh, thank you for sharing. Okay, so thanks for subscribing, thanks for liking, sharing, commenting, and please do tune in again next week for another therapy. Bye.